What a start to this first heat. We've had right out of the gates already a few waves ridden. We'll catch you up, but there it is, the lineup.
Ian Walsh, Ryan Hipwood, Jamie Mitchell, Kai Lenny, Lucas Chianca, and Albee Lair.
He is carrying an Australian passport. As you look at Albee Lair, first wave of the set, he finds this inside section, and of course looking down the line, hunting the barrel. One of the shortest boards you'd find out here in this lineup. Really dicey takeoff there for Chianca. Almost getting out of the way, and then in the white jersey, Ryan Hipwood. What's he gonna do? Looking for that section on the inside. With that longer interval yesterday, those waves were gonna push onto the reef. Beautiful positioning. Look how far he's up on his board. And then in the red jersey, Ian Walsh. Late drop, holds it together. Look at every wave he takes, you look thinking he's just going to be no problem to the channel, but that one chases him down. He has to get out of there. Look at this drop though, committed right there in the mid part of his board so he can maneuver it. Sees here, he's like, uh-oh, I'm out of here. That wave is going to shut down on him, but a good drop to start.
Take a look at Chumbo, Lucas Chianca.
Watch him again. We talk about what he likes to do. He likes to make it dramatic each and every time. He likes to airdrop out on that backhand. He'll grab rails, he'll lay back. He'll do everything to get to that channel. And then Kai Lenny, look at him cutting into the barrel, and he comes out in next section. Oh no! He will get payoff.
Yes, exactly.
He'll get payoff for that line he took. And look at this.
I love this angle, Pete.
He had to look over his shoulder, realizing he was a bit too deep. That was Jamie Mitchell looking at it. Drives into this first section in the barrel, sees another section, tries to get up into it, and couldn't get underneath. I mean, that's a drum.
Chumbo trying to get in. Kai Lenny's going to get the entrance, makes the drop. Beautiful bottom turn, pulls up high in a big barrel here at Peahi, coming out.
He is so good.
Wow.
So good. I mean, how is that positioning? The perfect timing of the bottom turn.
We take a look at the replay right here.
You know what? Kai Lenny could have put you, me, and Pete Mel on his shoulders inside of that thing. It was just a gape. Oh, and you know what? So calm. Lucas Chumbo tried to get into it. And then Kai Lenny actually layer.
All right, well, we take a look at this replay.
Look at this
The
thing.
water angle, look at that, like Wasso was saying.
That's going to be an amazing, every angle of that's going to be amazing, but just perfect positioning.
Peter, a room with a view for Kai Lenny this morning at Peahi.
Look at this angle from the other side. He's going to disappear from view here. Look at the positioning again, mid-face bottom turn. Starts to put that nose pointing down towards the channel, and that makes sure that he's not going to get flipped up over the top. Again, just so casual, and what a wave.
Slow motion look at this masterfully surfed wave by Kai Lenny.
And look at this design of his surfboard, wide up front, so it paddles really well, very pulled in tail, so he has control, and just sets it straight into the barrel. And look at the heli there for the view. That's going to be a great shot as well. That was sick. In a good way.
Likely the highest single wave score of the competition so far, as we see turning around and scratching. Who are we going to have here? It looks like it's going to be Lucas Chianca dropping it to the left, and Jamie Mitchell going right.
And you know that Jamie's in a situation where he has to get a wave here. We're getting down to past that 15-minute mark. You can't let those sets go by without getting a wave, and he was a bit too deep. Chianca, he took a look at it and said, no dice. Behind him, Albee Lair, look what he's going to do. He's going to hunt the barrel.
Albee Lair in the barrel and goes upended. Unfortunately, looks like he had a great line, but just too much water in that barrel for Albee Lair.
And Chianca, you know, again, realizing he was way too deep. You see how he does that. Once again, he stands up, and it's almost a hitch that he likes to do. He almost always releases that board. And I think it's part of getting the board to move down the face is he'll lift it up onto the tail. See him looking to it here, right there, always, and he actually speeds up because he's having less friction. I see him do it on rights, I see him doing it on lefts, as you watch this mountain of whitewater just eat up, an avalanche eat up Jamie Mitchell. See what happens here to Albee Lair. Again, mid-face, that's one of those lines you have to take when you're here at Piahi to be able to get through the barrel. He goes underneath it, he's there, but too high up the face. Very similar to what we saw. If you go too high up the face, that's what'll happen. Where we saw what Kai Lenny was able to do is kind of turn down before.
To find another couple of waves. And Ryan Hipwood strokes into this one. Makes it down to the bottom. He's going to seek the barrel, pulling in. Hippo, can he find an exit?
He does! Wow! That was a great line, and he paddled so early for that, committed. You saw all the other competitors having a look at it. Hipwood straight into it.
Kai Lenny's going to keep the ball rolling here. Lenny drops in, pulls into a barrel of his own, and just gets squashed underneath the lip. But charging Kai Lenny. Lucas Chianca just bunny hopping down at the 40-foot face, 50-foot face. Chianca bottom turns, top turns in the hook. Performance surfing in extra live surf for Chumbo.
There you go. You know, that's what Lucas said. You see that same thing. As soon as he stands up, he loves to get the board and releases it. I think that's what it is he likes to get the little extra speed going by hopping it up onto the tail block. This is actually going to be Hipwood's wave. Look at this from the helicopter angle. Dropping in mid-face, pumps up into it, literally surfs his way straight up into it, carries that speed right through the entire section. Look where he's standing on his surfboard. All the way up front. He's steering it from the midsection of that board. Look where he stands up when he takes off. Beautiful ride here. This is going to be another huge number.
Big, big number. Maybe outdo Kai Lenny's barrel?
Pretty deep. Pretty darn deep. I mean, look at the barrel's not as big and as beautiful, but a much more technical ride. So I think it's going to rival it. I don't think we're going to go quite at the same level, maybe a little higher. Judges are actually really liking it. They're already putting some score numbers in there that are massive.
Look at the slow motion view of Ryan Hipwood pulling up in a giant cavern. And like you said, the technicality of negotiating around that huge foam ball and finding an exit, that's excellent surfing.
It is, and it's going to get an excellent number. Another surfer committing early off the rail. It's so hard to do on such a steep face to commit that rail, but it's a necessary maneuver you have to do in order to pull it off and get down to the channel and get into the barrel. Look at this turn by Lucas. Carves it, surfing that board like it's a 7.6. So it looks to me right now, if you're going to look at Hipwood, big number. Lenny, another big number.
And guess who just banked the first perfect ride of the competition here at Piahi? Checking in with Ryan Hipwood. You can see it on the top of your screen. 2 times 10, Pete, that equals 20 points.
I'm looking right now at Albee Lair giving everything he's got to this inside bowl.
And the helicopter flies over. Dave,
yes,
we're going to get some clear vision there.
And here he is.
Speak of him, and he goes. Ian Walsh, he's going to seek a barrel of his own. Walsh in
What
the barrel.
the heck?
And he's threading through that other section.
Wow.
Ian Walsh.
Well, there you go. You have to give that a 10-point ride.
It's already been established, right?
I mean, you look at that wave there, much bigger wave, and that's where I feel like that when you go for that perfect 10 early like that, you know, that wave, again, the potential is so high to be there. You have to give that a perfect 10.
Top of the scale is a 10.
But look at this line, too. He gets it on the outside peak, and it actually loads up on this inside section, super deep. Had to steer through it, keep that speed going, and he does it so awesome. Just makes it look so easy. Ian Walsh, that's the wave, perfect 10.
2 perfect 10s in this heat, and let's take a water view of this perfect 10 for Ian Walsh.
And look at the positioning again, mid-face, pumps up into it to carry the speed, turns down, has to pump up again for the second section, surfed to perfection. Ian Walsh all the way out into the channel. That I would love to just plug into his adrenaline right there. He is just lit up like a marlin.
Slow motion view. Let's enjoy this ride, Pete. Beautiful. Disappears. Gone.
Next section here, he realizes that it's still peeling. You see him pump from the mid part of that board, keeping those fins engaged. Turns back down the face, and that's the important part too, is to keep that speed. You got to turn down, and he read it, like I said, perfectly. Uh-oh.
Albee glides down a huge face, pulls into a cavern.
What?
And comes out.
Wow, it is a tube fest in 35 to 40 foot surf. Nice claim, Albee.
Right behind him, Chumbo, Lucas Chianca gets some air under his board, and then a mountain of whitewater survives the initial impact, but then just gets engulfed. Ryan Hipwood taking off, squaring off the bottom. Hippo wants another barrel, stays in the pocket, and goes complete.
We need Mitchell. He needs to get into this heat.
Well, here he is, scratching. Jamie Mitchell. Beautiful drop, picturesque wave, giant barrel in play. Jamie Mitchell pulls in. Can he come out?
Go? Oh, the board just got stopped in the barrel.
We'll get back to that as we look at replays from a flurry out here at Pe'ahi.
Best wave for Albee. Another beautiful tube ride. Comes out clean. You know, can you go that to a perfect 10? I don't know, but look at Wassels right there in the perfect view to watch this wave. Again, lines it up. He's almost too fast. You know, he almost wants to slow down a little bit more. Right through the hole for Lair. Easily his best wave. Again, the late drop, critical late drop on the backhand from Lucas Chianca, but he is paying the price now. Just gets walloped. Way too deep. Isn't able, there's no way he was going to make that wave.
This water ankle just shows the true size of these waves. So impressive what the surfers have been able to do this morning. Ryan Hipwood goes.
Ryan Hipwood, so he's got a 5.83 he's trying to improve on to extend his position in second place. Nice ride there.
Jamie Mitchell.
And then Jamie, look at the positioning he has there. He sees that there's a little barrel at the end of it, not little, a big barrel at the end of it. Had a ton of speed, but just too much whitewash to climb through. And that's unfortunate.
Well, let's turn to Ian Walsh. Currently in third place in this heat. He does have a perfect score already. Looking like he's seeking another barrel if it lets him in. Wave doesn't quite barrel, but Ian Walsh does a great job to complete the ride and see if he can build on his low score. We'll take another look, however, at Ian Walsh.
And look at that. So you see where he was keeping his eyes down the face. His eye line looking actually on the opposite rail to make sure that he can negotiate the bumps, and then sets up this inside section. Again, watch the eyes, looking down the line, anticipating any bumps that are going to be there. He's looking at the wall, seeing where it's going to pull off the reef. So tuned in, Ian Walsh.
Big, big wave.
Underneath it.
Lenny.
Oh, that's
Albee Albee rolls into this one. It's going to be a barrel, but he's going to have to go around that first section.
Woohoo! Look at this thing.
High line through the inside bowl.
What a rush.
Saying hi to the helicopter.
He's just filled with good claims.
Albee looking for a 7.54, however, is what he would need numbers-wise on that last ride if he wants to move into the final.
Hipwood's got another number 2, and it's going to make it a little bit harder. As you watch the replay here, big wave off this west corner. That's exactly where he loves to catch his waves. Didn't quite have the barrel, but one of the bigger waves he's ridden in this semifinal number 2.
Calm it down, and we are ticking down to the end of semifinal number 2. Probably one of the most entertaining heats we've ever seen on the Big Wave Tour. And the horn sounds, and it is going to be Ryan Hipwood, Kai Lenny, and Ian Walsh meeting Billy Kemper, Makuakai Rothman, and Greg Long in the 2017 Pe'ahi Challenge Final.